Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com, and it's 4 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, February 5th. So, um, looking at news flow today, really we have a slew of Fed speakers, and that's about it. We are going to have ISM services at 9:15 and ISM or final services at 9:15 and ISM services PMI at 10. So those will be your little catalysts in the morning. But then you just got 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You got someone at 9 o'clock. Just going on. We had Google after the bell last night. We're gonna have Apple after the bell tomorrow night, and then non-farm payroll on Friday. Those are your big ticket scheduled items. Yesterday, the Qs spent their time between 525 and 520 for the most part. Uh, the ES, so the cash market SPX was just, a little bit above 6,000, and the SPY just a little bit above 600. If we look at the overnight session, right, we're still right around 600 for the SPY, and we're at 521 for the Qs as I speak. Looking at what this did to structure yesterday, we have XS and A lines and three of the four indexes. The Dow does not have them. And then, so it was a very narrow range yesterday for the NASDAQ and the ES, where it actually spent the majority of the day trading back and forth choppily, right, in this little itty bitty bounce area. Then the overnight Google comes out, and overnight we're basically already down below this XS&A line, right? The XS&A period is just the first 30-minute bar, right? This green bar coming up with all the other bars after it, right? So that's why you have XS&A. It can be to the downside or to the upside. Yesterday it was in the case of the upside, and now we're just been filling back and forth uh, in this first 30-minute period, meaning that, all the traders from yesterday have positions above. Of course, the Bears would be happy and the Bulls would be sad. So we'll have to see where this goes. As far as positioning goes, there's not a lot to hang your hat on. Again, the Qs are trading 521 right now. So, you got a little bit for the week on 520 and a little bit for today at 525 as far as resistance. You would need to break above that and sustain. But your two-sided action is below 520 5 for the week and the day. And looking at the SPY, we're right around 600 still. You can see that 595, which should be 50 ES handles down, or heading back up. I think 603 would probably be a little bit of a resistance area. That's going to be about 30 ES handles up from where we are right now. And then you just have to, see if you can push. It would take a lot to get above 605, which would be, above 50 more points than we're currently trading. And then if you look at the cash market, right, you can see why we're hovering around this 6,000. That's going to be your pivot point for today, above or below, and it just keeps acting as a magnet, right? So you can see there's a lot more puts on it for the week than there are calls. That means when you get below it, selling should be get selling, right? And then we'll have to see if that takes it. You'd be in pretty good negative gamma at that point in time on the cash market. Uh, Looking at Google, Google's down. It closed at 207. It's down at 193. So it's down almost 7% uh, in the trading. And if we look, just really where we are on the chart, you can see that, we're at the bottom of the recent range, but haven't really broke support yet. Just kind of like a weak little flush. Nothing really going on there yet. As far as untested points of control go, this 5950 is going to be your bogey line. I think this is really where markets have a chance to fall out of bed, if you will. Uh, until that breaks, you have to assume that it's not going to, but hands off on buying anything to the long side below there anytime in the future when it happens until you start to see structure form because really you've got basically 200 points above. You could drop literally 400 points after breaking this line. That would take you down to, 55.50 for breaking that line. So there's no, you know, chances that that happens are, not high for breaking it, but you have to understand that if you're sticking your neck out buying blindly below that level, that you could have 400 points left in there, and it could be rapid. It could be, 2 or 3 days of this type of action that we saw on FOMC day. So just there's a warning shot for that. Looking at where we are, we're still basically in this bounce, and it's the same thing for the NQ. Trading back below, let's just call it 21,125 is really where you could hit it. And if you look at the bottom of the previous channel, excuse me, if you look at the bottom of the previous channel, we could make our way back if we do get back inside this channel all the way down to like 20,300 to 20,200 would be the real first stop on the bus for that break. Looking at the overnight action, it's been pretty small. 33 points in the overnight action. We're right at the bottom of value. We're in value area low for the ES. After Friday, we had that weak close, and then we started off the money with that gap down that didn't go anywhere, and then you got that push up. So at some point in time, you're going to come back down during the bells, and you're going to get some fills. Uh, right below at this 59.90 to 6,000 level on the ES. So looking at really where we are, you can see how clean this has been uh, for the NASDAQ overnight. You've got basically, once you remember above this line, right, which the exact line for that XSNA is 21,550. So that's where everyone is trapped from yesterday. That's long is up there, and then of course the bears, right? They're just taking profit. So anytime you get down here, it's just profit taking for the bears on any retracement back up, and then they start to lose or scratch trades above 21,550. So there's no reason that you can't get a sequence down. And I would look for, just to get some fills down here, the first target I would have would be these signal prints uh, that go back to February 3rd, uh, all the way from 2 days ago, right? Right around this 21,318, and then you got 21,281 below. And then getting back up above, uh, I think it would be very difficult to get a gap fill today on this structure for the NASDAQ. The ES could possibly get one, but I would think that value area high has a high chance of being the high of the day. I would not look to just short it for hitting it, but I would start to look for poor structure to form around value area high for it, and I would look for poor structure to form on the NASDAQ right around 21,595. Is I'm not going to get into the Russell and the Dow today. I'm running a little late, but if you trade those, just watch to see if we get out of inside. The Russell's a little bit stronger than the Dow right now. I hope this helps. We'll see what Jack's looking at, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.